Hello, and welcome to your December 2016 product update. Product outdid themselves with this one, guys, so I am going to go ahead and jump right in. Here is the timeline for this video. We're going to cover those new features first, and then we'll finish out with that recap and summary. So if you want to jump around, feel free to do so. And without further ado, here are your new features. First up, we've improved those campaign categories from last month, since you can now mass remove or add to multiple campaigns. Campaign timers can now be based off of the contact's time zone. Sounds familiar from last month, huh? We have a new campaign goal where you can now automate based on a web page visit. So excited about this one. Cross-tabbing has been fixed, and we'll go over that one a little bit later. We've added a play button over our video blocks in the email builder. There's a new default for search and report results. Items are no longer checked by default. We'll go over why that's so exciting later. We've corrected currency formatting in most areas of the application. Opportunities are now mobile, and I can't wait to show you what that looks like. And last but not least, DKIM support is finally here. Campaign categories have already received some love, and thanks to your feedback, we made assigning and managing categories a lot easier with this update. From the campaign list, you will now see an option to select Manage Categories, which once you select that, it'll take you back over to Settings under Marketing, where you can now toggle back and forth just by hitting back to campaigns, making it a little bit easier to manage those. Even better, when you're looking at your overall list of campaigns, you can now select that Actions button to see two new options: mass apply a category or mass remove from a category. To take it a little bit further, if you hit apply or remove, we will then allow you to apply or remove to multiple categories. If you have an extensive campaign list, which I hope most of you do, this will save you a ton of time, because before this update, you would have to go into each campaign, wait for it to load, wait and wait. Then you'd have to go back up to Actions, edit categories, and select the category. Not too much of an issue, but so much easier now that we can just go back to our list and use that Actions button. Next up, campaign timers can now be based off of the contact's time zone. Eerily familiar from last month's update. So let's go ahead and take a look. The feature is available for all three timers, so that does include the date timer, delay timer, and the field timer. All you need to do is check mark that box in the bottom right hand corner, use the contact's time zone. So now, just like broadcasts, you no longer need to worry about sequence actions running at ridiculous hours. It's all contact based. Some quick but very important call outs for this one. The checkbox will not be checked by default, so you will need to remember to check mark that yourself. The summary text will change once you select that. So once you check mark that box, that blue summary text will change. Changing the time zone in a specific contact record. This one is so important. If you are changing the time zone in a specific contact record and that contact is already sitting on that timer, whether it's a date, field, or delay, you will need to republish the campaign in order for that change to take effect. Let me repeat that. If you are going to change the time zone in a specific contact record and they're sitting on a timer already, you will need to republish the campaign for that change to take effect. If you don't, it will be based off of what was previously stored. So whatever it was before you change that time zone. Last, if there is no time zone specified in the contact record, we will base it off of that application time zone. If you don't remember from last month where that setting is found, this is going to be under Admin and then Settings. Scroll down to the bottom, Application Time Zone. So you'll want to make sure that you have adjusted it to your default in case there is no time zone specified in the contact record. The next feature is big, so if you don't get excited over this one, shame on you. We have a new goal in the campaign builder that is triggered when your customer visits a web page. This is no joke, my friends, I promise. Let me show you how it works. Once you're in your campaign, you're going to scroll over to our little campaign tools here, and we're going to grab our newly created goal, web page automation. So I'll drag that out into the canvas, provide a name, hit save, then we'll go ahead and double click on that goal. From here, you are going to want to copy this little code snippet You can do it by right-click copy or just collecting this little clipboard. And you are going to want to embed that on the web page or pages you want to trigger automation. Then after that, you're going to go ahead and provide us the URLs of those pages or page by selecting Add URL. So I'll just put Google in as my example and then hit save. That's it. Now you're probably wondering how it actually works. So a cookie is set on the customer's browser after they do one of the following. To either click a link in an email, submit a hosted or JavaScript embedded web form, submit a landing page, submit an order form, or submit an order in the actual shopping cart. So in order for this goal to be achieved, two things have to happen. That tracking cookie needs to exist on their browser, and the tracking code needs to exist on the visited web page. Simple as that. So there you have it, automation based off of a web page visit. All right, the next update is a huge win for all of us, and I am so excited to share the news. It does involve something called cross-tabbing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and show you. If you were signed into Infusionsoft and were working within one window and decided to open up maybe another contact record or maybe another order in a different tab, like so, let me go ahead and do that. Something called cross-tabbing could happen, which means the information from one tab, so for example this contact record, could cross over into the other tab. Wasn't always a guarantee if it was going to happen, however it did cause some problems, but the good news, folks, is that cross-tabbing has been fixed. This is amazing, and I know I speak on behalf of all of us. Thank you, product. This is a huge win for all of us. Next up, we have added a play button over video blocks in the email builder. Let me show you what that looks like. Before this update, when you added a video block to your email, it would just show the image but no play button, which could be pretty confusing for your customers. Now, once you add the video block, a play button automatically appears over the image, letting your customers know exactly what to do. Remember, videos do not play in your email, so it will continue to redirect to that video site, such as YouTube or Wistia. So this play button doesn't mean we're automatically playing videos in your email, so I do want to point that out. There is a new default for your search and report results that I'm excited to share with you. Currently, when you pull up your search or report results, all of the items are checkmarked by default, which can be extremely dangerous, especially if you use this actions dropdown and hit something like delete, forgetting that all 97 contacts are selected. Not the best experience. With this update, nothing is checkmarked by default, so you'll notice no items are checkmarked. Even better, once I start checkmarking items, it will show me right up top here how many I have selected. So I always know how many contacts are selected, especially when I start using that actions button. If I want to select all of the contacts, all I need to do is hit this little checkbox. All are selected, and reverse, if I don't want any of them selected, I would just checkmark it again. Just another update to help you be a little more efficient. In the spirit of we innovate and constantly improve, we have corrected currency formatting in some areas of the application. Some of those areas in the app where currency formatting was incorrect are quotes, payment plans, shipping options, promotions, commission programs. A good example is to the left here. Before this update, Swedish Kronos, the actual symbol appeared to the left of the dollar amount, which was incorrect, and we now have that appearing on the right-hand side. So we've corrected some of those inconsistencies in the application. Just want to call out, we are continuing to make improvements in other areas of the application, but the most common areas are fixed. We have those listed above. Good news, opportunities have finally gone mobile. So we now have the ability to access our opportunities through the Infusionsoft mobile application. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the Infusionsoft mobile application. At the very bottom, you'll notice a new option for opportunities. That's for iOS. For Android users, it will be the hamburger menu, top left. To scroll through each stage, you go left to right, and that'll take you through the different opportunities within that stage. If I scroll up and down, that'll take me to my different stages. So if I look through my closing, through my one stage, I can look at all of those opportunity records. I can also go ahead and search by the contact name and the next action date, or I can select this magnifying glass, top right, so the search button, type in the name of the opportunity record I'm looking for. So I'll select that, so I can do it that way. or I can hit the back button, top left, back to the main page, scroll down to that stage, select the opportunity record, and it'll take me into the full view. First item we can look at is contact notes. So I'll go ahead and click on this one I already have, trial completed. Can read those notes while I'm on the go. I can also hit the back button and plus sign in the top right corner and add a new note. So I'll go ahead and add a quick title here. So call, and then my description, so my actual notes. So latest call went great. Then hit save in the top right corner when you are done. Once you hit save, there's my new note at the top of the list. So I'll go ahead and select back. Under the General tab, I can look at all of that information, update the stage. So I'll switch it to closing, then hit save. I'll also update the projected close date. Hit save in the top right corner once I'm done. And there's my newly saved opportunity record. So if I hit back here, I'm going to go ahead and add a new opportunity by selecting the plus sign, top right corner. First required item is the opportunity title. So I'll just put in gym membership for now. And it does tell you, you'll notice that it's required. Next, I'll put in projected revenue low and projected revenue high. Both are not required items, but important. Then I'll assign the contact, just like in the application. I'll search for the record, select that contact. Then I'll scroll down here. I'll update my next follow-up action date. Scroll down a little bit further, and I'll just throw in a projected close date. Once I'm done with that, I'll hit save in the top right corner, and there's my brand new opportunity record. So once you're done with that, you can hit back, continue scrolling through your opportunity records, but that is all I have for you for the new opportunity feature in the mobile application. Last but definitely not least, DKIM support is finally here. If you're like me a couple months ago, I had no idea what DKIM was or why it was important. So here's a lovely image to explain it a little bit further and a really fantastic blog that you could read to help explain DKIM in layman's terms. Here is how you would set up your DKIM signature in the application. First, you're going to want to head over to Marketing Settings. Then you'll select on the left-hand side, Email Authorization. Once there, you're going to go ahead and select the Add a Domain in the top right corner and follow through the steps. First item is you're going to go ahead and choose the domain you'd like to authenticate. Then you're going to go to your DNS provider and copy-paste the following text into your hostname that will be autofilled once you select your domain from step 1. Step 3, you're going to copy and paste the following text into your DNS value. And then step 4, if available, change the time to live setting for your DNS to 1 second and save the DKIM setting. Step 5, press the verify button below. It'll then take you back to this screen. If you do see that it has not been verified, all you need to do is hit retry validation until your screen looks like this. The DKIM record has been verified. Once your screen looks like that, you officially have set up your DKIM signature, which we have all been anxiously waiting for. Before we get to that recap, I just wanted to let you know that we do absolutely need your feedback to keep improving and innovating. So here's a helpful reminder of where you can submit that. Since we had a few Campaign Builder updates this round, you can go ahead and tell us what you thought about those features by simply selecting this little leave feedback next to the smiley face, choosing what area you want to comment on, telling us how we did, and just giving us further feedback. So that's how we can submit that in the Campaign Builder, especially for this round since we had a few campaign updates. The next area and where you should be submitting most of your feedback is found in the Help Center. Under Release Notes, you'll select which update that we're on. For this example, we'll just go ahead and use April 2016 update. And then you'll select this button, Tell Us How We Did. Once you select that, it's going to ask you to give us a rating for this release and add any additional notes just to tell us exactly what you thought about the update. Your thoughts matter to us and we need them, so please, please continue to find us feedback so we can keep innovating and bringing more amazing features to you. So let's go ahead and recap for everything that we covered in the video. Campaign categories are even better since we can now mass remove and add to multiple campaigns. Campaign timers can now be based off of the context time zone. We have that lovely new campaign goal where we can automate based on a web page visit. Cross-tabbing is fixed. We've added that play button over our video blocks in the email builder. We have the new search default where items are no longer automatically checked. We've improved currency formatting through most areas of the application. Opportunities have now gone mobile. And last but definitely not least, we have that DKIM support. This has been a wonderful product update, and I can't wait to show you what we have next month.